Hey guys, welcome back to Zethythonix channel. Today we're building the RGZ custom. Wow, finally getting a chance to experience the famous and fantastic Zeta series. I can't wait to see how the transformation looks like. Hopefully it won't be a hand grenade. Compared to RGZ, I think the custom version is better for my taste. Despite I completely understood the settings of RGZ, but using another one-off part to form a knockoff plane is definitely not my taste. For RGZ custom, the good transformation is back, and it looked way better than the BWS on RGZ. Speaking of the RGZ custom, do you know Amuro will pilot this MS to fight Char if New Gundam was never made in time? Luckily, the New Gundam was developed in time and Amuro don't have to use RGZ custom to fight Zazabi and the rest of the Newborn Neo Zeon. Now, snap the focus back onto the Gunpla. RGZ is an old kit from 2001, but I heard it got upgraded, so it won't be exactly terrible. Let's see Bandai did a good job or lazy job. Heading to the unboxing. There are a lot of runners, and a lot of crosses too. Not sure whether the leftovers will be as terrifying as the Gym Dominance or Hyakushiki Crash, but let's hope it won't be like a mountain of them. You can really see the difference, the fonts on the runners, the feeling of the plastic and the non-marked locations or sizes. This is like a time machine sitting in front of you. You can clearly spot those differences easily. Seeing the runners are now more detailed, I think it won't have the early MG problems like detail repainting required or bad joints. Anyway, I really want to finish this Gunpla and I hope it will be an exciting Gunpla to play with. Alright, let's talk about it in the review. pause in the memory of Hobby 96. This is truly the last video about them. This video is sponsored by Hobby 96. It was gone due to the complicated issues. But since this was sent before the announcement of closure, I still need to mention them. Thank you, Haley. You will be missed, and I hope your company will return in the future after you finished your real life works. Hey guys, welcome back to the Legacy custom review. So this is the finishing of it. I never owned a Legacy before, so I can't really tell is there like a huge improvement compared to 2001 version. But there's one thing for sure, the service might look simple, but the features are pretty good actually. I was expecting some lazy works for me to rent, but it seems like I can save it for another video. However, you do need to do more work on the sanding part. Most of the old runners part got a huge num mark, and the backpack got some big num marks to clean too. I think the part that I want to experience more is the transformation part. Let's hope the transformation won't have like 80% parts falling off, and I really want to avoid throwing parts on the table. Alright, I think the science experiment should begin. As a premium Bandai, you will see leftovers for Gunpla that reuses old runners. For Legacy Custom, 13 runners, but it's just around 3 to 6 parts still attached on the runners. FYI, most of the leftovers are on the legs, so you can pretty much let your imagination fly and come up with a plan to handle the leftovers. As usual, always starting with the head. The Legacy Custom's head looked more like Zeta Gundam. I personally like this version better because it shows that Legacy Custom have a connection with the Zeta series. For the antenna, Legacy Custom got 4 of them while the original got 2 of them. One small complaint, the panel line depths are too shallow. Strongly suggest you to draw the lines instead. As for the articulations, excellent up and down movements thanks to the individual joint on the neck. 360 turn is easy as there are no interruptions. The chest is balanced well, not too bulky or too skinny. I dig this design a lot. The radiators are stickers, but it's very easy to put on, so no need to be too harsh. For the cockpit, Legacy Custom got an easy hatch. Simply pull it up and you can see Amuro Ray sitting in there. For a frame that didn't change much, the articulations are actually not bad. It can perform small front and back or side-to-side movements, but the horizontal turn is only 45, which is a bit disappointing. Let's take a look at the shoulders and arms, and above average color separation for the small layers. You can see yellow, gray, and yellow again. I always admire these small separations because small parts deserve a good separation too. The shoulders can move individually and the side armor can perform some small movements too. As for the arms, it's really colorful and I love it. You can also see the power tubes on the surface. How about some detail paintings to make it better? As for the articulations, windmill is impossible as it will bump into the backpack. We got another lifting joint in the chest which allow the lifting to pass 90 degrees. Moving to the front is not obvious, rotations are very smooth, and the bending is touching the shoulders. On the forearms, pull down the cover and you can push the missiles out, but the missiles will need some red to be completed. The hands are pretty nice, great front and back moves, as well as the side-to-side swaying. But just like Gym Dominance, the hand options are ridiculously loose. Small touches and the optional hand just falls out. Speaking of the options, you can swap to open hands, slightly open hands, hyper beam saber hands, and trigger right hand. The color on the waist is as impressive as the shoulders. The small detail color separation added a lot of scores. The front skirt can lift 180, you can see the details inside the skirt too. The whole front waist can pull up as well, you can see another small thruster being revealed. The Legacy custom size skirts are directly snapped on the legs. It's a beam gun and capable of moving slightly up and down or rotate 180 easily. The back skirt can only move a little bit because the big backpack is blocking it. For the legs, I like the part where you can see the frame details on the thighs. Oh, don't forget about the side of the legs. Excellent separation and the score is keep going up. For the articulations, front kick is close to 90, side kick is poor because it's a ball joint, back kick is poor too because of the interruptions. The bending is a U-shape, but this is an early frame so the bending won't have any split mechanic. At the back of the legs, you'll see another thruster and it's movable. The armor above the feet can move, but it's a C-shaped joint, so please be careful. For the feet, Moving front and back is okay, rotation is impossible, only the tip can sway side to side and move down. For the weapon section, we will start with the shield. It's from the old runners, so the structure is simple, but if you turn it to the back, you will see the details. The shield contains a connector and a handle, so it shouldn't be falling off that frequently. At the top of the shield, you will see 3 hand grenades and you will need some repaint. Simply connect it onto the left forearm and this is how you equip the shield. Next, the AK Beam Assault Rifle. To people who said Gundams are childish robots, show them this video and they will shut up. Just like the real world version, the magazine can be removed and I think the replica is perfect. Let's talk about the backpack. I must say this backpack is really colorful. It's rare to see purple on a backpack design. The 4 thrusters are surely eye-catching, but the red wrapping stickers are not cool. They are already a bit damaged. I would suggest to Gundam marker it. For the Wave Rider's nose, you can see the light green is a sticker, it's already wrinkled up, so painted will be better. The nose can move but the feeling is a bit tight. What I hate is the connection, extremely unstable and often falls out whenever you move the nose. For the wings, they can move with a great range and the tip is a separate part. That's another nice detail. The side of the backpack featured a gold sticker for the sensors, 3 missiles on the top and another thruster hidden under. The top of the backpack can move up and another hyper beam saber on each side. They can flip to the front to recreate the shooting position. Once you pull them out, you can equip the thick and long effects on them. To be honest, they look like chopsticks and you can probably eat your cup noodles model kit easily. The most exciting part on the Re-GZ custom is the transformation, so let's quickly go through it. First, rotate the arms to face back, move them out, pull down the shoulders and perform a reverse bending. Then unlock the waist, push the legs up and lock it again. Next, bend the legs and push to the front, moving all the armor in and push the feet in. Now, rotate the nose to the front, level the hyper beam saber as the nose and deploy the wings. Finally, use another 2 pieces on the shield and snap it onto the torso. Flip out the connector on the bottom of the beam assault rifle, put it onto the arms and done. To be honest, the transformation is easier than I thought. Really fun and don't have parts falling out, except the fist. But remember, it's plastic, so avoid doing the transformation too many times. Alright, this is the end of the review. Let me make a couple comments about the Re-GZ custom. It performed better than what I expected, because usually the P-Bandai that uses old runners will have some chaos, but the Re-GZ custom is doing pretty good. However, the hands are very annoying and I just want to ask why Bandai didn't change the bad designs on the hands. Secondly, the backpack featured a sliding lock, but it doesn't stay that well. My personal advice is to glue the backpack parts after you finish the waterside decals and top coat it. Trust me, gluing it will make your life easier. Overall, if you're a fan of transformable MS and you want to avoid something too old, this MG is a great option for you. A lot of parts are new and it's definitely worth a try. Other than the hands and backpack, there aren't any other major problems, so I'm giving it a high score. What do you think of Re-GZ custom? Tell me in the comments. Like this video, subscribe and hit the bell next to it to receive more video updates. Follow my IG as Zethythonix, donation link is in the description and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.